So hot, so dry. You know, it seems like people have been doing a better job because I haven't heard as many like grass fires this year as last year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, way back in the earlier part of the year, it seemed like every day we were covering one, but that slowly kind of died down. And it's good when we have rain like we did today, even though it was kind of spotty in who saw it, who didn't. We got a ½ inch at Corpus Christi International Airport, so that was pretty awesome to see. Just over a ¼ of an inch here at the airport in Corpus Christi, and a couple other places did report a few hundredths of an inch, like out in Beeville they got 6/100ths of an inch. And I wanted to show y'all, this is pretty cool. So going into earlier this afternoon, temperatures warmed up by lunchtime. Look at this, 91 in Robstown, but as the rain came through, it knocked them down almost 15 degrees. And then the same story out in Beeville, they got knocked down to 73 at one point this afternoon. I just wanted to show you all that. It's really cool how I had been talking about that yesterday. If you get caught under a downpour, it kind of stunts your temperature growth, if you will, for the day. So your high temperature doesn't end up quite as high as the forecast maybe had. Right now, 83 out there, going to continue to fall into the upper 70s overnight. We are going to remain dry because the energy in the atmosphere is pretty tapped out. But going into tomorrow, most of the activity is going to stay on the waters. But as the sea breeze pushes in the afternoon, we will see some isolated activity, just a 10–20% chance of rain. And then with the clouds and rain chances, again, going to stay in the lower 90s for our highs right along the coast tomorrow afternoon. Another dry night tomorrow night, and then again on Monday afternoon, we could see some of those isolated showers trying to push their way as far as Duval County on Monday. And taking a bigger look at the bigger picture, this is all thanks to this high pressure that's been wiggling back and forth, but now it's going to slide into the four corners, and then it's going to expand up into a ridge, and that's going to get our temperatures pretty warm going into the first day of school next week. So we're going to be hot back in the upper 90s with the real field temperature of almost 110 degrees. So you got to be staying hydrated. But going into later next week, we will see the door kind of open up right here for some pieces of energy to slide around this high pressure. Now let me show you what I mean. I'm going to rewind the clock a couple hours so the high is just a little further west. You can see here as this little energy piece, the orange and yellow colors here, coming down into Corpus Christi, and that's going to act to essentially squeeze the moisture out of the atmosphere. So we're going to have rain chances for a couple days here in the coastal bend going into this weekend, pretty similar to what we saw this past weekend, though the rain chances aren't going to be all that high. Tomorrow, like I said, 10–20% chance. Monday, a little bit higher. Tuesday, a little drier. Wednesday, not expecting anything. But then Thursday and Friday, with those little pieces of energy coming around the high, we could see those rain chances go up anywhere 20, maybe even 30%. Checking on the tropics, since last time we checked in with y'all, the National Hurricane Center has upgraded this area of interest to a 40% chance of development over the next 5 days. It had been at 30, and this is for a tropical wave that's going to make its way off the western coast of Africa overnight tonight and into Sunday. It's got some good environmental conditions, but the dust will inhibit it a little bit. But the National Hurricane Center is expecting possibly a tropical depression to form by early to midweek next week. Something to watch and not worry about as of right now. 77 here in Corpus Christi tonight, and 70s around the rest of the coastal bend. Tomorrow afternoon, again with the clouds and a little bit of rain chances, going to stay in the lower 90s here along the coast, but drier and warmer out towards the brush country. Could see a couple places trying to touch that 100-degree mark. Here's a quick look at your first day of school forecast. 95, partly cloudy and a little bit breezy, and that sounds pretty much like the rest of the forecast for next week. Just those low rain chances, breezy afternoons, and temperatures in the mid and upper 90s. Brian.
All right, thank you, Kristen. Still to come.